Here's Mana Talk promoting David Icke.
Right? But it's time because I'm seeing Franco get hammered by censorship. I mean, Hardland's fucking media, for God's sakes. I mean, how in the hell are these guys getting taken down? It's just beyond me. I don't even know if, I mean, I guess it's real, but still, these guys they haven't touched anything close to what Ryan Christensen has done, or Derek Bros, or Whitney Webb, or David Icke, or the guy from London Real.
There's often self-triggering. They do it with the word mockingbird.
James Corbett is probably one of the best content reporters I've ever seen in a long fucking time. Right? There's a lot of them. Whitney Webb is just a fucking plethora slash thesaurus of information when it comes to all the crap that's happened. Mockingbird, Atlantic Storm, all this other stuff, Dark Winter, things that have been in the past, things that are happening right in front of you.
Sometimes they get right to it and sound exactly as if they're agent provocateurs.
Just fucking put anarchy on fucking full overdrive and do it. Dip into the places that go. You know, you have to. It's time to know. Like I said, you have to realize you're a slave. Once you understand you're a slave to the system, to everything to the oppression, the subjugation, right? The tyrannical dictatorship that's around us, censoring us constantly. Once you finally realize that, and you go, "Oh my God, I'm a fucking slave," you'll do whatever you can to break out of it. You'll, you're just like, and you'll just break the chains, and you'll fucking and get it, get what you need to get done, get that message out, because right now this is insane. I mean, YouTube obviously is just, they don't give a fuck anymore, because here's the reason why YouTube is doing what they're doing, because billions and billions of dollars is being sent to them from from backdoor, uh, what they call backdoor avenues from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Basically, reading off of my notes, I watched this probably yesterday. This is basically inept COINTELPRO. They speak of bystanders.
So you're saying, shit or get off the pot. I
I
mean,
mean, what I'm saying is every single day they wake up and they plot against you. They plot against me. They plot against all of us. They sit there in their think tanks and they get together in their, smoke filled rooms, and they sit there and they think about ways that they can get money and power from us. How can they get more? How can they get more? And there's some people here, that are doing it, but not nearly enough. We're not doing nearly enough to counteract that right now. And that's the problem really with like the bystanders. When there's an emergency and there's people that aren't helping and they're just standing there and you can't get to the emergency to help people.
They're basically putting on a never-ending infomercial. They're looking for you, the bystander, to join in.
So, I mean, that's the thing, is like you're hindering our, us moving forward. You're standing there.
right? You're going to be on the same side, and I think it's a level of commitment. Um, like I said in my previous show, I think that Daniel and Kit have definitely, sacrificed a lot to do what they've done, right? Franco's sacrificed a lot. Convocut's sacrificed a lot. Ryan Christian sacrificed. They took him off of fucking Google, for fuck's sakes, right? And he's had to come in some different ways just to get in.
Moron Mana Talk is a big fan of David Icke, as proven earlier, but there's nothing to worry about because he's not a fan of Alex Jones.
And others as well for a long time. I mean, when Alex Jones, right? And nobody is a big fan of Alex Jones, and I'm not a big fan of Alex Jones.
Mana Talk loves mentioning the military, loves speaking of military talk.
But for some reason, they took him down because in many cases, maybe he was getting too close, right? Maybe he was getting too close to the target and he was catching a lot of flack from surface to air shit was coming after him. But boom, they took him down.
This is from a different show. I'll just add some audio. It's the same nonsense. The bad audio is from their end. I'll try to clean it up as much as I can. The heat source makes a sound, and I'm trying to reduce that. I try the best I can.
I don't have a problem with that, but when I first came in, I didn't want to be put on the spot. You guys allowed me to, ease in, and I think that's the way to do it.
Evan but some people kind of wanted people when they come on is to give us your name, rank, and serial number, and I'm just like, no.
These two were definitely not getting along very well during this whole show. Redneckonomics, for the most part, just sat there sullen. She wasn't making any effort at all to do that fake nodding nonsense. Mana Talk snapped at her, "Let me finish."
That are 2 or 3 times stronger than you, but you know what? Go have fun, honey. Go have a great time. You're gonna see some seriously major damage. Let me please finish, because this is really important. The issue here.
They're trying to brainwash the targets. Obviously, if he's pushing David Icke, they're going after people they think are unhinged. No one believes in David Icke. No one sane would want to have anything to do with David Icke. These are the more blatant of the agent provocateur military shill.
This is the point being. Take a stand, and that's what we're doing. You either admit you're a slave to this corrupt system and you want to break free and you're sick of the bullshit, right? Or you're a tool and part of the system.
Mana Talk never shuts up. He never figures out audio issues, which implies they're doing that on purpose.
I'm just going through the chat here. Skill levels, classifications. We got Chad. You should just sign. Please put. Oh, it disappeared. I hate when that happens. You should start. I think that's what. Oh, that's you just put. I think that's what they call the little kid teams.
Yeah, she said, "Are we allowed to say midget?"
Right?
I thought we always thought it was
right.
Maybe that's not it.
Take a good look at this Mana Talk guy. He is a complete swab. There's no way that woman would have married him. Ever. Under no circumstances. There's just no way in hell they're married.
It's probably just because I'm not, I don't know, exposed to that community too much. But, it's just like, well, I mean, I don't know why. Like, it's gender roles. It seems like gender roles. Like, if you want to wear a dress or if you want to wear pants and if you feel, more masculine than feminine or feminine than masculine, I don't understand why we have to put the labels on it. Like, just do what makes you feel happy. And if that means living your life, for a man that was born somebody that was born a man, if you want to wear a dress and live like a woman, more power to you.
I've got in the notes that Mana Talk is an ogre and that he does a lot of heavy breathing. It's really creepy. Yeah. You can't miss it. I'll up the volume though, a little bit probably.
A little bit better. As we make our way towards, taking down the big dogs, maybe we could make some things a little bit fairer for their,
I got triggering listed with the words discussion and debate.
Here's the key words to what's happening. Discussion, debate. Good luck. Because
to repeat, these two people, they contend they're married, but it does not seem very likely that that's true. They have no dialogue at all. They take turns ranting. They repeat themselves a lot. They never get into anything of substance. That's why I'm trying to quit investigating this specific offshoot disinfo shill racket based off of Jimmy Dore. So the big players are, you got Rogan, Tim Dillon linking in the Whitney Webb. You got Lee Camp at RT. So this thing is much bigger than it seems on the surface. They've got Jason Burmis tied in with Slow News Day, so they're bringing in Tim Pool. I heard Burmis claim today that he likes Tim Pool. I could definitely do this type of cyber sleuth in 24 hours, 7 days a week. Seems pointless though, or maybe the nail has been hammered in, so it wasn't pointless. Maybe it's pointless if I persist from this point on. Got it listed that Mana Talk kept cutting off Redneckonomics.
That discussion needs to be made, but I already know what the fucking answer is. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but that's the thing is the
They,
people that
but
are having
but
the
they should
discussion
have the
are
discussion. That's for sure. Yes.
not the people that are doing the sports.
He was so rude to her. He does that quote, the symbol thing. These notes are getting a little confusing. I think the next clip will also show that this is not a discussion. He goes and quotes, he went, that's what I wanted to say.
People that are doing the sports. So you're not seeing the sports, people like the ones that are competing or want to compete. They're not the ones in there saying like, this is what we have to deal with. This is why I think this is fair or not fair. This is why I think that I should be able to do this, or this person shouldn't be able to, or here's my question. But these aren't the people out there, the ones that actually have the experience in the field. They're not the ones out there doing that. It's always these talking heads or politicians or pundits or whatever, instead of actual people that are in the sport.
Right.
Like,
That's what I want to
say.
say.
Let them deal with it.
It's let them have the discussion themselves, and then maybe have the people that supposedly are supposed public servants that create the laws and etc. need to pay attention to their conversation. Absolutely, for sure, and that's just something we're not going to see. You're going to see narrative. You're starting, and you've already seen it. It's a narrative. It's a talking point. Push the agenda. Push the agenda. Push the mission.
I've got a note here that I want to investigate further. Stevie does that freezing out the screen thing. Mana Talk says Stevie gone. His reaction, I really should look at this very much more closely. It seemed to prove that they are not in the same room. They weren't in the same room.
So anyway.
The final note on that video is just more of these audio issues. They go like a whole minute or two with no microphone. It's ridiculous. These people are incredibly weird. The way she promoted looting. But I've got Asperger's, so I get stuck in the pure military shellness of this racket that I've uncovered. I proved it. I connected all the dots. I've done this before. I did it with Kimberlyn. I was all alone after Kimberlyn. People should never forget that. It was 10 months. I had the scoop for 10 months until Breitbart moved in. Correction. It was about a year and 10 months, I think, before Mandy Nagy and Breitbart did their piece on Kimberlyn. Close to 2 years. Okay, I'll just wing the rest of this video. So there's a psychotherapist who's working with Meghan Markle, and I got some video of her. She obviously has tardive dyskinesia. She's the guilty one. She seemed to have been buddies with Lady Diana, so that's that. There's the person, the villain, who damaged Meghan Markle's face. There's some new show with DeFango, but it looks really stupid. I don't think he's gonna pull off some type of rebirth. He seems to have been debunked and all that stuff. I never cared. I used that DeFango thing to prove what I needed to prove from my experience. Turned out to be FBI. Case closed on that guy. Finally, I took a quick look at David Pakman. His face is done. Is Pakman going to call it a conspiracy theory that faces are being damaged by pills, drugs? The pills that destroyed his own face. David Pakman doesn't like me very much. I outed him as a military shill many years ago. He used to work directly with the Young Turks. When I pointed that out on Twitter, his panties got all bunched, and David Pakman said, I used to work for the Young Turks. I used to. You're moving the field goal posts. So I went into whiny man mode.